everyone. Anyone hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Okay, sounds good. Sounds good.
What's going on, fellas?
What's up, man?
Going
What's up,
on?
Wake up, Brandon. Wake up.
Oh, yeah, what's
What's
up?
up, Brandon? There we go.
Hello.
People jumping in. Eddie is. I'm watching him. He's finishing up.
How's everyone doing?
Yeah,
Man,
good.
Good.
what
Good.
what an awesome, entertaining. I mean, good Lord, I've been sitting in front of my computer all day watching all the content creators, and it's just been awesome.
You know what the best part is? I keep going back, and I keep seeing
Oh,
like more and more views coming up.
oh man, yeah,
And
oh yeah,
it's amazing.
definitely.
Nice.
Are we doing it next week too?
No, Brandon, it's holiday. Holidays,
Yeah.
that's pretty much done. Is it something that we're gonna do in the future? Hell yeah.
I like being part of this. This is pretty this is the best. Thanks for having me on this.
No problem. Thank you for
Doctor,
actually
man,
jumping in.
you
You know,
playing?
like you could have stopped, but like I'm really really thankful that you saved that one spot.
Yeah.
Anybody? What happened to what was this? Bone Gamers? What happened to him?
Oh,
Okay, cool.
basically, he couldn't get his direct streaming to work.
Oh, okay,
Yeah, so he had to back out of it.
got it.
Are you guys? Are you live now, Spectre? Oh yeah, we are. All right, cool.
Yeah, we're live.
Hey.
All right, cool. Eddie just sending people over now.
Okay.
All right, sounds good.
All right, guys. We are all here because each of us was a part of this glorious bash. But I want to take this time to personally say to myself, thank you to Spectre. He is the guy that came up with this thing. And I just want everybody to know. I know a lot of people kind of see my face and hear my voice, as Ray would say. I'm always talking a lot. But we got to give credit to Spectre. He is actually the man that came up with this. All I did was help him fine-tune his vision. And so he is the reason why we're all here. But I thought it'd be cool if once we have our final thing, then we kick it off with a podcast, right? So a bunch of us get together. We can laugh and joke, talk about some good times, talk about what we may do in the future and stuff like that. So, Spectre, what you got to say, man? Why don't you take on the helm of this thing?
All right. So first and foremost, I wanted to say thank you so much to and now your mom knows for helping me with all of the just getting all the rollouts and all the connections done. Also, Token Gamer are pretty much like the whole technical expert for almost everything. Like he has a lot of good ideas, really really innovative in my opinion, and I can't wait to see more. And I'm glad that everybody took a chance and believed and just gave us a shot. And I'm just over the moon. Like every single time, it's just crazy to me to think that 2 weeks ago I used to watch Ray just on Stadia dosage and Eddie and go to hear where Eddie's saying, "Hey guys, subscribe to my channel, check out the bash," and it's just crazy. It's a crazy week for me, and still kind of processing it. But at the end of the day, I'm happy that this platform was promoted well, and I'm glad that people liked it, and also I'm happy to see everybody's like meeting new friends, like talking about like, hey, like I got new subs, like I got more people, like my chat is more active than it normally is, and it's just amazing to see, and I hope we could keep that momentum up.
Congrats on such a great work, man.
Thank you.
Awesome,
Thank you.
awesome job.
Yeah, it would have been so
Thanks for
much
reaching
better
out.
if Ray wasn't a part of it, but we take what we could get, you know.
You two crack me up, man.
See, I didn't even say nothing, man.
But I just figured I'd get there
I didn't
before
even
you.
I didn't even say anything, man. Can you once be professional?
Nah. No place for that here.
Where's the
No,
Absolutely
not at
not.
all. Let me jump
We're
in the chat a
gamers.
little bit, guys. Because Eddie said Happy New Year's. Stadia Dad said top job, guys. Charity Man Gamer said I appreciate it, Spectre. Stadia Dad said thank you, Spectre. Everybody's thank you, man. X Uno said hi. Stadia Pro Gaming says such an awesome guy too. Says Spectre. MK Gaming said, "What's going on, boys? Good evening and congrats on a successful week. Glad to see everything came together." And Stadia Vet Gaming said, "Hi, everyone." Now, here's the thing, guys. Stadia Vet, Cherry Man Gaming, Stadia Dad, Eddie Player One. If you guys want, you're welcome to join. Anybody who was a part of the stream, anybody who streamed at some point, you're welcome to join. And I believe I sent you all. A link to StreamYards, but if you didn't get it, write in the comments and I'll send you one if you want to jump on, even if you could be on for a little bit. I know Dr. Spaceman said he can't be on for a while, but it'd be cool to have you guys face here, and we're gonna get into talking about what was our favorite moments and what we expect to do in the future, and just have a good time. So let me know if any of you guys want to jump in. And I thank all the people that's in the comments. Let me put my thing around my neck that Ray laughs about, but it helps me to be able to monitor things. So let me go around the room, man. Spectre, what was your favorite moment? Did you have a favorite moment?
Oh yeah, I do. My favorite moment is just seeing everybody just talk about like, hey, like I got new subs, I got new views, guys. Like that, it's just awesome. I'm just over the moon about it because it's like it's just how amazing does it feel, like that you're boosted, you're benefiting yourself while at the same time helping people.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just amazing, and every time I look at our playlist and I see a lot of people just still getting new views and new subs and new traffic to your channel. It's just amazing. It's literally just a gift that keeps on giving.
I agree.
Agreed.
What about you, Ray?
First of all, people don't seem to understand, but this was not just in the United States. This was an international thing. We've had UK, Canada,
Yeah.
Dutch, people from all over the globe coming together to do what? To stream and do what we love, game in Stadia. And so I just thought I never, and I'm just being honest, I never heard of Dude Games, and talked to him in the Discord, saw his stream. I thought he was just his personality and hilarious, just awesome. I'm so proud of Stadia Dad. Just another really good dude. I mean, his stream with the Star Wars looked awesome. But you know what? You got to give it up to Token Gamer, because he was like, guys, let me try that. Let me show you this. Let me show you this. Let me show you this. Somebody was like, no, but he did it, and it was amazing, man. I'm sitting looking on another screen, and I'm looking at this, and I'm looking at people chat, and it's like, who does this? Okay, nobody. Like, we're cloud streaming, and we have multiple windows, and we have people in the chat watching gamers play and kill one another, and watching Cowboy Camp. But I just want to say, I'm so proud of every last one of you guys that was in the chat, that streamed, that was just a part of it. This was an amazing week. This was an amazing day. I watched I don't think I missed not one content creator.
Yeah.
So just a beautiful thing. And I my hat off to you, Spectra, and also to you, All Purpose Chump. You guys did a wonderful, just putting this together, and then having Token Gamer do his thing. It was just amazing. So thank you guys. Thank you.
Thanks, man. Token, what about you?
Just 1 sec here. I have to go because I can hear my baby crying upstairs, and my wife needs help with that. But just wanted to say thank you again for putting all this together. It was an amazing event, so thank you, and I'm going to sign out on this. Have a good one.
Take it easy, Dr.
Spaceman. Doctor did an amazing job as well, too.
Yes, man. He did.
He did it. He did his thing.
See you.
Yeah.
Looks like Chariot Man Gaming's trying to get in here. Oh, we got Eddie.
Oh,
Nice to
hey.
meet you, Eddie.
Hello, everybody.
Blue Bobs is also trying to join as well, but I
Okay.
can't.
I will
do
start very quickly as well. It's kind of late for me. I just want to say again, congratulations, Spectre, and congratulations, Anthony.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And together, bro, you guys killed it. Long live this community, and I see you guys all soon.
Thank
Hey,
you so
listen,
much,
before
Eddie.
you
Thank
go,
you
I
for
just
being
want to say
part of
thank
this.
you so much, man. Spectre had a vision, like if we could get one of the big guys, and I reached out to a lot of people, man. And I just want to say thank
Miracle
you
worker.
because I know it was hard for you, but you made the time for us. And I just want to say thank you.
Appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah,
For real.
Get a big guy next time.
I didn't want Ray to be the biggest guy, to be honest with you. I was like, yo, Ray's the biggest guy, and I can't have that. So
This guy right here is the biggest star you had on your show. Absolutely.
Spectra. It was Spectra. Was the biggest
Absolutely.
You guys
I'll
have
be
a
doing
happy
that
new
better.
year.
Eddie, God bless you. Love you, man.
Eddie.
Thank
Happy
you.
All right,
New
take
Year.
care, man.
Thank you.
Thank you. We got coming in. It's like boom.
I
Yes.
love it.
Yeah.
What up, CPA?
Yeah.
Let's talk about some taxes. Hey, CP, I got a question for you, man. Listen, my wife closed the account that we had our direct deposit going to. So now how am I going to get my stimulus, man? How long is it going to take? Tell me how long is my check coming?
Years, man. You're never getting it. I actually forwarded it to my address, so that's
Okay,
Oh God.
the vet should be coming in soon. And then who else? Blue Bob's the vet.
Chariot Man. He's trying to get in. He's
Hey,
on
can we get
the
a
Discord
can we
link.
at least get a Discord link in here? Get some people in here to talk.
I mean,
No, what do you mean? I put it in the Discord. Here, let me send it directly to Chariot, man. I'm gonna send him the. Oh, I did already. Get it, guys? You got to jump. I sent you the Discord link. Just jump in there, Chariot, man. I sent you the Discord link on Twitter, and Stadia Vet. I said he actually wrote me, and I wrote him right back and sent it. So you guys just got to click on the link and jump in. Since you're in here, Blue Bobs, tell us what was your favorite moment about the if you have one about the Stadia Holiday Bash.
I mean, probably similar to that Stadia Super Saturday, where it's just like the Stadia community just being just epic as always and constant support, going from channel to channel throughout the whole event. That's always my highlight, is just seeing how many people are just like willing to go check out people, subscribe, and hang out. So just that's always the biggest. And I think that's why you and Spectre were able to have such a successful, quick turnaround for such a short plan. Not that a short plan, but obviously the Stadia Super Saturday is like months in advance.
Yeah.
The fact you guys were able to spin something around is just like, it shows just how cool and willing the Stadia community is to be a part of and support something. So that's always my highlight, is just seeing the reaction and everyone coming together.
Nice. Spectre, you want to tell them how long it took us to put this together?
A whole week.
1 week.
One
One
week.
week.
I found out about it literally a week ago today.
Yeah.
That's so
Actually,
funny.
the whole announcement, we got to work immediately, and then we got all the schedules down, and then by the time we were nearing Wednesday, it was pretty much like the schedule was almost getting filled at that point.
Yeah. And it was cool when we was like, there was an empty spot missing, and then somebody be like, oh, I want to come in. It's like, Spectre, I'm putting them right here. He's like, cool. And it was just cool. And like I said, we reached out to a lot of people and got it again. Thanks, Eddie. But now I want to go to Token Gamer because his vision, and I'll just let you talk. So
I believe in you, Token. I believe in
Technical
you.
genius behind everything.
What's your favorite moment, man?
Favorite moment of the week would hands down have to be just, being the streamer and like looking at your chat. The first time I streamed on my personal channel, Token Gamer, I literally just zero. I was just talking to nobody. And it's awesome to then get in, accepted into joining into this, and not only just wanting to participate, but wanting to like really see this as my baby. Like I want to help Spectre mold this and grow this beyond just what it is now. There's so much more growth. I went to school for business, so I just look at all the different opportunities and ways that we can be able to grow our personal channels as well as grow our brand as a team, as a unit. That's honestly what I created Blockchain Universe for. And I know it wasn't really like getting that there's a difference between Token Gamer and Blockchain Universe. Token Gamer is just me playing video games. Blockchain Universe is doing events. The whole reason why I got the whole setup and all of the technical knowledge and know-how of all of this is being able to do virtual reality events, being able to connect with other people all over the world. And I'm just glad that I found this group and met all of you guys, made so much cool friends. Like Ray said, like I didn't know about Dude Games. I didn't know about you, Ray. I knew about Andrew Mama Knows. I think I seen Blue Bob's one time. I seen a couple other people, and it's great to have made so many good connections. I'm mad I didn't really get to connect with you much, Lord Gamer Man. Nice to meet you, buddy. Great stream. Everybody just did such an amazing job. I'm glad to have been a part of this. That's the best part.
Awesome, man. Spectre, I think Vet needs to be let in. He's knocking on the door, so you won't let him in.
Yeah, I have to remove someone though because it's telling me I can't.
Oh wow, there's a limit.
That's weird. On Stadia Source, we do it with a bunch of people.
But we have the premium, right? I think we.
Yeah,
we're on the free version right now.
Oh,
help me out because I'm probably gonna head at some soon. So, but yeah, no, I just want to pop in and see you guys. Alley. Check it
and
out.
Also, I want to also say this. I didn't get to say this to you, Blue Bobs. Thanks for staying by for the test when Token needed people to test. That was awesome. When I jumped in, I was like, "Oh, Blue Bob's in here."
Fun doing that. That was fun.
Yeah.
Doing that.
Yeah,
no, I was like, I gotta help Token here get Anthony to understand.
No, it's not gonna work. No.
But Token controls it, man. That's what
I'm not even gonna say that, but I'll admit it in a minute.
Awesome. It was good talking to you guys. Have a good night, y'all.
All right,
thank you.
Happy New Year.
For joining.
All right, let's get our boy the Vet in here. Brandon, you want to tell us what was your favorite moment?
You, Inspector, Cowboy, and Token doing this, making this a spectacular, like Stadia Super Saturdays. It felt like that. It felt like something I need to be a part of because I'm always a guy who talks, not plays. And Ray does this a lot and streaming. So I had to do this, and thank you for letting me do this. That was my best moment, and then everybody's moment, watching everybody and being part of that. You got Mama Man, a new people, Squid, the guy that always goes to everybody's podcasts. You got all these new people coming in. You got everybody, and everybody wants to come this next year. Everybody wants to join you guys.
Here.
Yeah, no, it ain't gonna be that long.
It's not gonna be that long, brother. Nah, we're gonna be I'm making this ASAP. We're gonna keep this going, guys.
Sign me up. I'm in.
Yeah. Well, listen, I want to say this to you, Brandon. You was the hero of this thing. So we had one hiccup, right? Yeah, there was a couple volume issues and a stream, didn't come on, but people fixed it, right? My first stream, I had to cut it in 2 pieces, but it went on. But you was a hero of this because there was a person who 30 minutes prior to his stream couldn't do it. And you filled that slot, man. So we definitely gotta, give you a lot of credit, man, because you definitely was the hero of Stadia, the Stadia Holiday Bash. So just want to say thank you for that.
If you saw my face the second that I noticed that everything was switching up, I was like, virtual reality.
Yeah,
I'm telling everybody to come over to.
I wrote it. I was like, send them to here, send them to here. And you was talking. You was, I guess you looked down. You was like, oh wait, change your plans, guys.
Hey,
before your stream is over.
Shout out to Squid, because Squid.
Yeah.
I mean, he did a whole show and was talking and didn't even know that the mic was on.
Nobody could hear him. Yeah.
And the show.
Oh yeah. I didn't want to interrupt, but speaking of Squid, he's actually backstage. He's waiting. Just
you guys want me to leave? Okay.
Yeah.
It's past your bedtime, boy. Just call me.
All right, Brandon, you gonna let somebody take your spot?
Yeah, I
appreciate it, man.
Brandon,
thank you again for jumping in.
Vet, you want to tell us what was your favorite moment?
Just getting to be a part of this. between that and I think the best listening to you and Ray go at it with who's the best.
Absolutely.
Hey, Stadia Vet, can I ask you a
That's
quick
the
question?
highlight of watching both of you guys play and is seeing who's better at it.
Stadia Vet, could I ask you a quick question?
Yeah, go ahead.
So after this thing, who's the best out of the Cowboy Inside World?
Hey.
I don't know.
You don't know. I think
I'm
you
gonna
know.
stay neutral on that one.
It's very modest of you.
Smart man.
Squid in the building. Oh, Stadia Vet, you got anything else you want to add? Sorry.
No. I'll chime in as I
Okay.
go along. It's just it's been a blast watching just the whole platform as it is, just
Nice.
how it's grown in the last year.
Squid, what's up, brother? What was your favorite moment of the Stadia Holiday Bash?
Was it? I think was it when I was watching watching Chariot Man playing Cyberpunk. I always love watching him play Cyberpunk.
Yeah.
Nice.
Any game really, but yeah, that was my favorite moment was Chariot Man stream, and then everyone else's stream too. But just Chariot Man stream is that extra special.
That's cool, man. Let me send this to Chariot Man. I keep telling him it's Chariot Man.
You know what I'm gonna do? You know what I'm gonna do, man? Because there's so many great people that need this spotlight.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get my ass off. But
Great. Hold on.
What?
Don't leave
What?
yet. Can I ask you a question?
Bro, don't get clown live.
Hold on.
Don't get clown. Don't get
Let me
clown
ask you a
live.
question.
What?
I want to say my favorite moment was when Ray was like, "Let's take the whole team. We're gonna beat Anthony." And guess what
I'll tell you
happened?
something.
Yo, I was watching Bibbidi stream.
This guy always it's about the Cowboy. But anyway, I'm gonna be humble. Dude, look, you got one move called the Force, the Fist Force, all right? The Fist Force. And all you do is you run up and behind people and you kill them, all right? You're a camper. You are the camper Cowboy. Anyway, I'm not gonna get I'm getting off because there's a lot of other people that need this spotlight.
I just want to say one last thing. One last thing. All jokes aside, I just want to say thank you very much. And my one last thing that helps me out is I'm a cowboy.
I was like, it's either and now your mama know or cowboy. One of those two.
You know what? I'm gonna get off, but you know what? Your mama know about cyborgs though. And I'm out.
That's why I stayed out of that one.
Eric, man, jump in this thing, man. I sent you the invite, man. Get on there.
Heated cockfight in there, man. It's like fuck. Watch out for those.
Guys, Stadia Dad, so we are all truly blessed to be a part of such an amazing community. Thank you, Stadia Dad. Appreciate it, man.
Thank you, Stadia Dad.
Thank you.
Yeah, man.
And
Dude,
Emma.
to have people from other countries, man, it was just cool. Like when Spectre and I talked about it, we tried to tweak the timing so people could do it. And we was like, we can't have it super early, right? So you figure we start at 5 o'clock his time, 8 o'clock my time, right? But then it still was like Europe is 5 hours away. So when it's 5 o'clock my time,
it's 10 p.m. their time.
Yeah, it's 10 p.m. So the thing started at like 1 in the morning. So we was like, what could we do? So we was like, okay, what if we open up? Because I was like, I got off on Friday. What if we just open it up on Friday and then we could have a bunch of people join? And that was cool. So, and the guys, we decided that on like Thursday.
I was like, that was just decided.
Yeah, originally it was going to be 5 days of 5 p.m. to.
I just thought it was just crazy how you get like we just got all these content creators just all over. I mean, they're not just big name players; these are just upstart, startup people that just jumped right in, and that's that's one of the things I loved about Stadia was that it gives everybody the ability, if they want to do that, you have that option there, especially with like that direct streaming is like the golden ticket to being a streamer if you want to go down that path.
Yeah, because look at Mamba Man. Here's what's cool. He had 7 subscribers. He went up to 11. And he said it. He said, "Look, Stadia. I don't even want to stream other than using the Stadia direct streaming, the YouTube direct streaming. You know." And he said that's like his thing, his bread and butter. So that's pretty cool. But we got the Chariot Man in the building.
Hey.
What's up, man?
What's up?
You just got off of work, right?
No audio, brother.
No audio, Chariot Man. So let me go to the comments. Stadia Pro Gaming said, he said, "It's okay, man. Just happy everyone had a great time. Thank you, Spectre. You're awesome person. Same to Token Gamer." Yeah, man. So Token Gamer, let's talk a little bit about the one incident. So guys that are watching and people who will watch this back, which is cool. I love it that a lot of people watch, like people think, okay, I put a live video out and that's it, right? Well, I'm gonna jump in here for Stadia Pro Game and he's not here to say it, but dude, his video kept going up. He'd be like, "Yo, I got more views," and so people do watch things back. And I'm glad that I made the playlist. And guys who caught this late, everybody's stream is in the playlist. So if you go to my channel, any of you guys could copy the playlist, make your own playlist. But guys, go to my channel, click on the Stadia Holiday Bash playlist, and you can see everyone's individual stream. And when they click on it, they'll directly go to your guys' channel. You guys get the views, subscribers, everything. But yeah, I mean, I like how, you know, when we'll look back at this, you know, everybody have got subscribers, everybody got more views. It's been really cool, really cool. It's like Stadia Pro Gaming every day is like, dude, my video's going up. My video's going up. I'm like, that's cool, man. So I think that's an awesome thing. And guys, we're all like the small guys, to be honest. Let's be real. We're all the small streamers. And we put on an event similar to Super Saturday. We had over 20 hours of content, over 20 hours, and over 20 people streamed. That's pretty cool, man. You know, and we put it together in 1 week. You know, as
for a group
opposed
of
to
small guys like us, I mean that's a big difference than like, you know, the Stadia Super Saturday or just even the ones that you know Stadia Google just throws out with pulling all the big time players out.
Yeah,
I mean, and those guys you already expect are going to get a huge amount of views or people, but it amazes me how many just in the last month, how many views, like even on my stuff, it still amazes me when I get views and I go and look again and I'm like, it keeps going up every couple of days. Even some of my like super old stuff that I put out like 3 months ago are still getting views, and I'm just like, it always amazes me with that stuff. But I think a lot of it also is people like watching how crappy I drive in every game that I play.
Yeah, I'm sure Cyborg did teach you how to drive, man. Because when I watched you drive, I'm like, I don't know about this guy. Oh man, you be hitting everything.
And we got Stadia Pro Gaming in the house. I think your green screen's cropping out the background, brother.
Oh, really?
I can see it.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess.
No, you're good. You're good. It was fine. You have to leave.
But for the record though, when we did the announcement, I literally that was like a couple of minutes like after I or what was it, like hours where I finally like did a final plan, because leading up to that point, me and Anthony were just going back and forth and I was trying to figure out like the Stadia Bash idea, and then finally I messaged him, okay, this is what I want to do as like the final plan, and then that's when we went live. So literally I just like finished up the whole what I wanted to do with the whole bash at that point. And then from then on we did like the whole roll out and try to do the whole plan together.
Yeah, because he contacted me like a month ago, and then we would just go back and forth every day, talk about it, and was like, oh, we'll figure it out eventually. And then we wouldn't say anything to each other for like a week, and a week later, oh, well, what do you think now? Like, oh, I'm not sure. And who do you think would join? I'm like, well, I mean, I am a Stadia Source streamer, so maybe I'll see if I could get Avery to do it. And he was out of town, and maybe this person. And he was like, oh, I'll reach out to Stadia Dosage. And we threw back ideals. And our time, matter of fact, at first, the times was going to be different. It wasn't going to be, what did you want originally? Like, I guess a lot more streams in a day or something like that. And
yeah, originally I was trying to do like, I think, what was it, like a whole day?
Something. And I was like
a whole day for a week. Like Monday to Friday.
Yeah. But it's just crazy how it worked out. But I'm just happy to see all you guys jumping in too. And I guess the good thing is I'm one of those people. I'm like I don't want to say I'm a stalker, but I jump in everybody's stream and I sit in the chat and talk and stuff. Like Stadia Vet, you streamed the other day for like 5 hours, and I'm at work just watching your stream and commenting.
I honestly, I lost track. There's times when I do 4-hour streams and I lose track of time. Normally, I try to max out 1 to 2 hours because I like to do 2 streams. But when I know I'm not going to do a second one, I'll throw in a 4-hour one. And every one of them, I don't upload. I just go straight live. So all my, whether it's good, bad, it's just out there for everybody to see. So.
I remember when that first came out, you streamed that until like at least my time, 3 or 4 in the morning. Like, yeah, you've been playing this for 4 hours, man.
Yeah, probably Cyberpunk gets me sucked into that game. Between that, any of those open world games, I could probably do the same with like Red Dead Redemption 2 or any of those other ones.
Yeah, what I was alluding to is it's cool because I'll jump in somebody's comments, right? And guys, the comments is cool. Like people just like to talk, and we're all chatting it up. So it's like, man, he's putting on a performance for us, but we get to talk to each other and watch. And that was my thing of how I knew a lot of people. Like I just like to talk, and even in chat. So like how I got to meet Squid, me and Token met because he was just in a game, and we're like, "What's up?" Like, that's
Rangers.
Power Rangers. And that's how I met you in game. And it's been pretty cool. But I just thank you guys for actually, me inviting you and be like, "Oh yeah, I'll join." I mean, you guys could have been like, "Man, whatever, man. I don't really know you, or whatever." That was pretty cool. But Chariot Man Gaming, is your mic on now?
Negative.
Can you hear me?
Hey, there you go.
Yeah.
Yep.
There you go. What's your favorite moment? Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah.
What's your favorite moment of the bash?
Oh man, yeah, just meeting the different streamers. I mean, I'm literally at I apologize, man. Oh man, meeting the different streamers, streaming with you guys, collaborating with different streamers. From it's still some streamers I still got to catch up on. I haven't been. I could literally press this camera. You can see me. I'm at work. If I press this camera, you guys will see me in my work clothes. Yeah, but I'm just enjoying myself. Man. I just got to see. Like I see that I'm at my job. So I had to show you to let you know that I'm working. I'm standing here with my tablet in this bank here working, but I enjoyed myself. It was hard for me to go to different streams because of this dang old job all day.
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah.
Hey, man,
Token Gamer got some interesting things to say. I enjoyed myself. Oh yeah.
Appreciate that, brother.
Yeah, man. A lot of people was like, "Man, Token Gamer." I know some people off camera was telling me like, "Yo, my friend Josh Warren." He was like, "Yo, he's real interesting," and and especially from the interview I did with you, it's pretty cool. So Token Gamer, man, you do bring a certain level of difference to the table. So let's just talk about our differences. So you want to tell them the story of your ideal and how I reacted at first?
Oh man, guys. I had to put this man in his place. I'm just like, yo, what's going on? No, it's been a great pleasure working with you and collaborating, and so I've had the idea of doing a multi-stream. I've always wanted to be able to kind of make that esports environment. I think I feed off of it. It's just so much fun to be able to collaborate with people that way. And I don't think it's impossible to keep something like that going on a regular basis, even, like a weekly show. I started doing something called VR Game Night every Friday night. I've been doing it since like 2019 now. Just playing virtual reality games. I used to do it like in the real world where I'd bring multiple headsets and get people into VR and, get them into this space. So I brought 2 things to the table, letting people be able to check out every single event was all live streamed in virtual reality, alt space VR. You could have gone to each one of the events and be able to watch it. I think I'll put the entire playlist in a world that's just going to be set until the next Stadia Holiday Bash. My vision was to have each one of you guys come and join me in VR, have your own little booth and like educate people in VR about who you guys are. But, considering we did this within a week, it wasn't really easy to get connected with every single one of the streamers and kind of streamline everything. So that's one of the things that I've taken to heart and want to work with Spectre and Ant on for the next one, is just making sure that like, here's the workflow and this is what we're sticking to. Here, here's how it's going to work for the next one. And I hope to be a part of, building that and making sure that we have a great foundation to continue to do this regularly. The multi-stream was a great success. That's what Champ is talking about right now. I really just wanted to get multiple gamers together on the same screen. I have the capability of doing it for 4 people, and I'm just like, oh, why not just do 4 and 4? Shoot, we can even keep adding on to it. I want to be able to, put all those people on the screen. Guys, I went through a lot of troubleshooting to make sure that works perfectly fine every single time I want to do it from now on. This is you did. Oh, it sounds like somebody had a question.
Yeah, that was Chariot Man. What you say, Chariot Man?
You did an amazing job, man. You did an amazing job. I'm telling you, that amazing job, literally.
Appreciate it, man. Yeah,
he really did. It was just super innovative. I always wanted to say that he's like the Travis Scott of this group with all the innovative, just like the ideas and everything that he comes up with. I like it. It's very ambitious, but at the same time, it's just amazing. He did something good, and I'd like to say that this was a good timing done by booked by and now your mom knows, because he put it right before Eddie too. So that was like, like we kind of shot up the excitement a little bit, and then we ended it with Eddie.
Yeah, so I just want to talk about that. So yeah, when you wanted to do it, I just felt that, okay, we put this together really soon, and what you were saying was so ambitious, and I never did nothing like that. And so I'm like, man, is it really going to work? Because, tech is kind of crazy. And you and I actually tried to do something recently for our for the interview I did with you.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay, well, either way, it didn't work out. And so if it's 2 people and something didn't work out, now we're trying to get 8. I was afraid, like, okay, is this going to work? So when we did the practice or the training or the testing, it was pretty cool. And I was like, okay, that was pretty cool. But I will say this, though. You did come off, right? All right, guys. So we had over 20 after about 20 plus hours, right? This guy came out, was like, okay, I'm getting 3 hours. I'm like, well, first of all, like, 3 hours. I don't think everybody's going to sit. And well, here's the thing. I was a part of Stadia Super Saturday. So let's all be honest. We're asking each individual people's viewers to jump to the next viewer, right? And Super Saturday is 1 hour. So I can see it. Okay, I don't know this guy, but maybe I'll watch him for an hour. I pop in and out. But when you are asking viewers to watch one viewer, even though it's a bunch of people for 3 hours, first of all, I'm like, that's not going to happen. The viewers are just going to drop, right? So then 2, the 2 hour thing, I was still a little off with, because you were going to have 2 hours. Because I felt like, let's try to get the maximum amount of people that we can. And when things was, when Lord Gaming Man wanted to do it, I wanted him to do Saturday. But then when Monkey Bones Gaming couldn't do it, I figured, okay, we get him there. And then we still wanted to get MK Gaming. So if you're out there, MK Gaming, sorry about that, man. You wanted to do it. You was one. Matter of fact, he was probably the first person that was like, I'll do it, right? And we couldn't get him. Couldn't find him. So then, like late last night, I'm on, before I went to bed or before the ball dropped, I was watching a Megatron X stream, and MK Gaming is in the chat. I'm like, dude, what's going on? I've been trying to find you. He said, trying to find me where? I was like, I just been trying to find you. So do you want to do it? He was like, well, what time is it? I told him the time. I said, let me know. A second later, Mamba Man was like, I'll do it. I said, bet. Because, listen, let's go, So then it just made sense. Like, okay, let Mamba Man get in there. And I'm glad. I'm sure it worked out. He get in there. He have his hour. You have an hour. And I know the 2 hour would have been cool, but I always wonder, like, okay, I think we're asking a lot for a bunch of viewers to watch one person for more than an hour. That was my.
And my thing was, like, you kept saying one person. I'm like, my one person stream was Wednesday, Token Gamer. The Blockchain Universe stream, I was only popping up there just to be able to put as a placeholder while you guys got the game started. And then y'all saw it. I wasn't in that stream.
No. What I'm saying is your channel stream, right? Is what I'm saying is people
I guess you having that channel for the entire channel.
Like, and I know a lot's going on screen, but after a while, it's you're eating your popcorn, you're watching. It's the same thing. So I just feel like I don't know if we could ask people to just a bunch of, again, if it's just your viewers, they'll probably sit there all night, right? My viewers might sit there all night. But if we're asking all of our viewers just to go to one person's channel for longer than an hour, my question is, I don't think they're going to stay that long. That was my point.
I get that. I'm curious what you guys think down in the comments, because I want to do more of those, multi streams, and I'm curious, like, what's the right time flow then? An hour, 2 hours? I felt like we didn't get enough in with the 2 games that we have with Sniper Elite 4 and Destiny. We all feel like there could have been way more that could have been done. I would have loved to get more people from the chat to jump right in and start playing. I'm glad. Shout out to Dr. Spaceman who jumped in there, and Stadia Vet for jumping in. It's something that's easily doable, and I'm down to keep doing it and to grow it. And
I think the multi streams, you could probably get away with a little bit longer than an hour.
Yeah,
it's like individual streamers when we're doing that. You could potentially do maybe like an hour and a half. 2 might be pushing it, but sometimes it's like when you start, once you get into that motion, it's just that hour's almost already up, and you don't even realize how fast that time goes when you're playing the game and you're chatting with everybody and all of that. I'm like, I had that both on Stadia Super Saturday and this one. I was just like, that time went by like so fast.
Right. So I hear what you're saying. I'm looking at 2 ends. I agree with you as the person streaming, but guys, I'm the kid you not. I watched everybody. I didn't watch every single minute of every Super Saturday stream, but I was in everybody's Super Saturday stream. And when I fell asleep, finally, I woke up that morning and rewatched so much of the stream. So as a viewer, I think it's hard to watch one stream that long, unless they're like my favorite guy or something. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But yeah, as a streamer, yes, I agree. In an hour, you're like, man, I'm kind of getting into it, but the people watching, it's kind of like, all right, bro, we waiting for come on, they get antsy. Like, all right, where's the next person?
Well, I think there should be like a sweet spot, if it makes any sense. Like maybe we could hit that part where it's long, but it's not long enough to where we could keep the audience's attention. Because it is kind of true that people would get tired for a while, like just looking at the same thing.
And I agree with that.
Like we could, yeah.
But I also think that it's all about the immersion into the streamer. If you're just just streaming and you're not talking to the audience, engaging with the audience, like Dude Games is hilarious. I would sit there and watch a Dude Game stream for 3 hours. Yeah. Whereas if you're not engaging with the audience, if you don't have that stream etiquette, I guess I could see where it's like, all right, after not even an hour in, I'm ready to go. So I felt like, I was going to try and, moderate between you guys gameplay and stuff like that. But, with it being all on the fly and I didn't get the time to really prep it the way that I wanted to, it's all good. I'm glad that we got to come together and still make an amazing event.
Well, I'll say this, though. Last thing I'll say about it. So again, this wasn't planned, right? Like your whole thing wasn't planned, right? And we threw it in there. So what I'll say is next time it'd be cool because next time it'd be from the door, schedule comes out, the multi-stream is 2.5 hours, whatever, right? Because if we say it from the door, then it's like, okay, people know what to expect, right? There's an expectation. Oh, guys, the multi-stream, we can't miss that. Or, whatever, it's too long. But at least we'll put it out the front door. Our thing was behind the scenes, what people didn't know. It was supposed to be individual streams. You was like, let me get 3 hours. And I was personally like, all right, 3 hours is a bit much. But again, next time, yeah, bro, if you want to do 3 hours, whatever, long as it's from the beginning, long as we set before the schedule go out, that is what it is. I'm cool with that, because then it is what it is. But people watching Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and they're watching an individual person for 1 hour, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh wait, this stream is 3 hours. Like, you know what I'm saying? Let people expect it. But that's all I gotta say about that. I'm cool with you having more time. I just want the people to see it coming and not be like, out of nowhere.
I had a quick thing.
That's what I talked with Anthony too. I told him that if we had more time, like we would give you like the whole 3 hour slot by yourself. Like you can have that.
Right.
Cool.
So
I think
like next time.
What if we did like a group thing, like a group game thing? Like if we're gonna have like a lot of 2-3 hour thing, maybe play like just Destiny 2 or play just like PUBG, like that. Play like PUBG first hour and then Destiny 2 the second hour. Sweat it up.
I definitely want to do that on Fridays going forward. We'll start to plan it out and talk about it more. But Spectre, I know you said you had something else you were going to do.
Yeah. Like I said, we're gonna retool everything. For now, we are. I think we all deserve a much needed vacation,
Yeah,
or
oh
at
yeah.
least a break. For
Oh yeah.
especially with how impressive. Like I can't. I'm seriously mind blown at how we were able to pull all of this off. And mind you, it's all like, hey, let's put this in there. let's put this in there, and then and it just stuck there,
Yeah.
and it worked, and it's just amazing. Like everybody did their thing, and everybody won. It's a win-win situation. But for now, we will all take a break, and we will come back, and we will retool everything. My whole vision for this in the end would be like I want everybody to go and say, hey, what are you guys gonna do for the bash? Like, oh, like are you going to the bash, or are you gonna try to go for the bash?
Right.
Because I want more people to like like the more chances I could give for everybody to have their own platform and their own voice. That's what I want.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. And the cool thing, what Spectre and I was talking about, guys, would make it clear. So the title, he titled it Stadia Holiday Bash. But we want to take the holiday off, guys. So it could just be a bash. Like he said, are you going to the bash? So what we want to talk about, and we will, is it not being just a holiday thing. Nobody has to wait all the way to what the next holiday is, Easter, right? I guess, right? We definitely want to do something before Easter. So, and then when it's a holiday, we could throw the holiday in there. But yeah, this would be cool if this is something more frequent. And we'll figure out the sweet spot if it's going to be 5 days and then a weekend or whatever. We'll figure it out. But I mean, I'm just excited to see so many people. The scheduling, to be honest, you would think it would have been crazy. It was pretty smooth. People was like, hey, I need that spot. And maybe it worked. I don't know what it was that worked out, but it was like Stadia Dad and specifically Stadia Dad and Dre, they both live like their times are out there, right? And they both was like, hey, I could do this 3-hour window. And I was like, and then Bippity was like, I need this time specifically. And it just worked out that I didn't schedule them yet, but I knew what time they needed. I was like, okay, you know what? Bippity goes there. He goes there. He said he could do 3 hours anyway. So he goes there. And it was just like, whoa, it was just, it wasn't me, man. It was just falling into place. I was like, wow, what people wanted, I was able to give them. Like Eddie was like, the only time I could do is 10 p.m. I'm like, bro, that's the last time. Perfect. We would love you to close it out. Like, and he said that. He just came like, oh, this is the only time I could do. I was like, and then it made sense because token thing was awesome, right? Once I believed in him, I was like, dude, this would be cool for him to headline, and then we go right into Eddie. It'd be cool. So
appreciate that. And that was right after I got out of work, so everything kind of fell into place, man.
Yeah, it's cool. I'm excited with it. I want to thank you guys again, man.
Like this whole event is a success. I mean, I honestly, like, I knew it was gonna be big, but I never knew that it was gonna be this big to the point where it caught the attention of one of the biggest YouTubers, like Stadia YouTubers out there, and also being associated with Stadia Source is just like you can't get any more better than that.
Can I tell my quick story? So this morning, right, I was sitting there, and in Stadia Source we got like a chat we do, right, a thing. So Avery was like, hey, is anybody gonna do a first look with any of the pro games? And I was like, oh wait, that's what I'm gonna do for my thing later, my community first look. I was like, hey, do you mind if I stream on the Stadia Source account for the bash? And then he was like, well, first he took a while to write me back. I'm like, come on, man, come on. And he was like, yeah, I don't care. I was like, cool, because how cool is it that we can still say Stadia Source was a part of the bash? I mean, it is. So I was like, oh man, and it was cool because a bunch of Stadia Source people was watching the bash. I was like, oh man, this was cool. So at the end of the day, we still had Stadia Source and Eddie Player One. And Ray. We could say those three big people was part of the bash. That's pretty cool.
And man, that's all kudos to you, because I know none of us could have been able to get that to pull off. So honestly, big round of applause for And Your Mama Knows and.
Yeah, thank you, sir.
He's a miracle worker.
Man, I told you, I was shaking hands and kissing babies, man. I really was like, listen, man, you want to be a part? I was trying. I was trying to get some of the big people too, man. You know, I was trying hard. You know,
I had to do a double take when he sent me that text. He was like, "Hey, guess what?" And I look and I'm like, "Hold on." I had to put my phone down and I had to go back again.
Yeah, it's good stuff, man.
This was great stuff. So to make it easier, one of the things I want to just chime in there with, I had sent the Calendly out, but nobody signed up for the Calendly. That would have taken a lot less work, a lot more of work off for you and your mama knows. So, I made a Calendly. It's out there. I can send you that. And
I must have totally missed that, man.
Yeah, it's just it would have made your job so much easier because everybody would have just signed up for the link for the times that they wanted. We could have sent them all the information. I want to make this so easy for everybody next time. There should not be a bunch of work to do for this. This is just so simple to do. It just makes sense to do it.
Yeah, I gotta check that out. What I did is I got a note app, so I had my notes. So I had like all the slots, and then when somebody told me, I put them in, and I put their link, and they were set in stone. So, I mean, it wasn't that hard, but yeah, I did say to Spectre that I know with Stadia Source, we have like a calendar that everybody has access to. And like everybody who have that link could click on the link and go to the calendar and put their times. So yeah, I guess maybe the thing you're talking about, something like that. You shoot somebody the calendar.
Most likely you're using Calendly. That's the most popular one.
Okay. Yeah, I never heard of that. Is Stadia Pro still out there? I know he had something to say. Let me look into the chat. Ray said, Chariot Man, you were amazing. Those guys love Cyberpunk, so you know. And he said, thanks, Ray. And Stadia Dad said, awesome stream to Ray. No, well, Ray said Stadia Dad, awesome stream.
I just had a quick thing.
Go
thank
ahead,
you guys for being there for my stream because I had honestly no idea that I had no voice, but I was still reading and acting like I was still doing it with you guys. And honestly, since you guys were interacting in the chat, it made me at least believe that I was talking. So I mean, worked out to be a good stream. And then at the end, Big Bear Eddie was just like, "Hey, you don't have any voice." I was like, "Oh, man, well."
Yeah, when he told you that, you had like 13 minutes left. You was like, "Oh,
yeah,
really?"
I was like, "Oh no."
Yeah, I was reading, man. I was like, "Oh, okay." But you know what's cool? Like I said, is people like, and before you jumped in here, Ray actually said that. Ray said he had to give his hats off to you because you did a whole stream and we didn't hear your volume, and everybody was still into your stream. I think people love personalities. People like, I thought the coolest thing about you was your whole story where I watched your video you made like on a Monday, and you was like, "Man, when Stadia direct streaming come, then I'm gonna start streaming, but right now I can't do it." And like the next day it like came, and I was like, "Yo, I just watched his video, and now he just put out a video streaming." And so you've been killing it. You've been, a person that's been in. I remember just seeing your name in chats, right? I'm one of those people I pay attention who's in chat. And people are like, "What's up, Squid?" I'm like, "Who the hell is this Squid guy?" Like everybody knows Squid, and I didn't know who he was. And then I see your stream, and I was like, "Oh, this is the Squid guy." I actually see his face, and then now I see your streams. I'm like, "Oh wow," And I was fortunate to actually do a co-stream with you, which was cool, But yeah, so Stadia Pro Gaming, you got what's up, man? You back in the building?
Yeah, I'm back in the building. What's up, man?
So what was your favorite part of the bash, man?
Well, I had a few favorite parts. One of them was the camaraderie and everybody getting together and jumping from stream to stream. I thought that was just absolutely fabulous. But my most favorite part was Chariot Man Gaming. Out of nowhere, he said, "We ain't got time for this. We got to bang, bang, bang." And he just started shooting.
Yeah, he wasted no time.
Yeah, man. I just started laughing so hard, man. That was just comedy gold for a minute there, But growth, man, major mobility for my channel, man. I appreciate it. Being able to be a part, and I just had a lot of fun, man. But seeing everybody stick together and go from stream to stream was fantastic. And me, much like Squid, I lurk a lot and I check out a lot of streams. So everybody will see me around, I'm sure.
Same here. I'm always bouncing from stream to stream, but it was great to have a schedule and be like, all right, I got to make sure I catch this stream, and like put it on in the background. I'm listening to some of them while I'm running errands and stuff like that. Like I thought that was awesome. I wish I always had like a schedule of like, these are when all the cool streamers are going to stream. Like, I don't know when Stadia Source and all of those people are streaming. I barely catch my boy Link when he streams. I want to say he's the highest streamer of the Stadia community that I've been watching since Stadia came out. Outside of Link, I didn't know half the names before this week. So cool. I guess that's one of the things I want to know. Like, who is the top? Like, what is the ranking? I guess Megatron?
No, not at all. No, you got to look at what is his name?
Is there a website that shows the hierarchy?
So behind the scenes, when they talk about it, so Stadia Cast was the top because they was like the original OGs of the Stadia community. They made their videos. Now, if you're talking about streamers, so you're talking about people who play video games or people who just do Stadia content?
Oh, honestly, both.
Okay, so people who do video games was Stadia Cast. Like Bill and Lloyd was the top. And then as far as views go, right? As far as subscribers, but then they just got overtaken by not Generation Stadia, but
Sunny.
What's his name?
Sunny.
Yes, Sunny Cloud Gaming. So Sunny Cloud Gaming now, he just, or maybe a couple months ago, because we were just talking about this with Stadia Source, he just jumped over them. Here's what's cool, guys. I don't know if you know this, but Stadia Source, just want to give them some shout out. Stadia Source, your number one source for Stadia news and reviews. They're the biggest news outlet, right? So if you go to stadiasource.com in the Stadia community, like their news outlet is massive. So, but they recently was like, okay, we want to build up our YouTube front, right? The YouTube front they didn't even have 1,000 subscribers. So they put out a thing on a Stadia chat, or not chat, but a Stadia Facebook page. They were looking to do some work with people. I'm like,
I wonder I didn't see it.
At the time, I didn't know nobody. I didn't know none of y'all. I just was like, I was watching the big guys, Sunny, I'm watching, Stadia Cast, I'm watching, just the real big dudes. I don't watch streaming, but I watch video. So when I seen that thing, I'm like, dude, I had my channel since 2011. I got thousands of videos. Like, this is what I do. So I wrote them back, and Avery hit me up and said, hey, you got to submit, crazy. You got to submit video of you doing pre-recorded videos, post-recorded videos. You doing covering news, all this stuff I had to submit. And long story short, we had like a little web interview, and I was like, man, do I wear my cowboy hat? This is supposed to be professional, but this is like my thing. I wear it. So I wore a cowboy hat. He didn't say nothing.
Oh man!
Halfway through the thing, he was like, well, if we get you, you'll pick, whatever your name's gonna be and stuff, and your own personality. I was like, so can I keep the cowboy hat? He said, well, the funny thing is when you sent me all your videos, I show all the people. He's like, look, if that guy wear the cowboy hat, we won. And I was like, bro, that's the thing. So you want to do a podcast where it's like more professional, wear the cowboy hat. So anyway, but long story short, so they're building, like they're getting into they just started getting into the YouTube game like 6 months ago. Like they had a channel for a while, but now they're actually getting streamers, and they did. You don't know, but the recent Stadia Roundtable podcast is every Thursday at 5 p.m. They put it out there and said, look, they're actually hiring right now. They're looking for new streamers. Mm-hmm. So if you go to stadiasource.com, click on the website, you can fill out the form. But Avery is looking for people. They're trying to get more streamers in 2021. So, but the one real cool story, and I'll stop it, is they had, I never forget, it was 969 people. And I said to Avery one day, I said, I know a lot of people. And he was like, how long? I said, how long do you think we're going to take us to get to 1,000? And he was like, probably a couple weeks. I said, we're going to do it today. He was like, today? I said, watch this. And I just know people. I've always been a good dude. I text so many people like, yo, do me a favor, subscribe to this channel. In less than an hour, they had 31 subscribers. Like I got them to hit their goal of 1,000. And I was like, Avery, watch this. So Avery was like, he's writing in the chat like, yo, Anthony's texting everybody. They was like, yo, we just went up 5 subscribers, 10 subscribers. And it was really cool. I was like, I need to do that for my own channel. But yeah, that was like my story that I got to tell on the podcast. Like, they was like, yeah, man, that was really cool. But yeah, so Stadia Source is hiring, man. So if you guys are interested, you just go to the stadiasource.com and, just write a thing. Avery's hitting people up. and they're looking.
I'm in.
You know, so one person in here might already be, you know, somebody they're talking to. I ain't gonna say nothing. So, but yeah, so Squid, what? Not Squid, but Spectre. What's next, man, for our conversation? How do we wrap this up? Or let me look in the chat. We still got Ray in there. I would have thought his old self would have went to bed by now. Guys, can we real quick talk about this Destiny thing? Could I just real quick?
Oh yeah, okay. I watched Deputy stream and I watched that on the replay. That's what I'm gonna say.
Hey, let me help swell Anthony's head just a little bit now, man. All right, I didn't like Mortal Kombat at all. Okay, but he beat me so bad I refunded the game. That's a fact. Okay, I did do that. That's a true story. I refunded that. But today, come on now, man. He was doing that one move, power fisting everybody. I'll be nice and just leave it at that. But all of us went against this man, and he still won. Holy shit! You might as well go ahead and say it.
Boy,
I thought that was cool, but I think the thing is, if you're a numbers guy, okay, I was really good at Destiny. I played for 5.5 years straight, and I was thinking like, okay, so yes, there's more people versus me, but you guys are literally giving me more people to kill. So I know in your head you was like, it's way more of us. There's no way he could beat us, but it's like, no, technically the odds is in my favor. I am pretty good at it, and you guys are like, you give me a whole bunch of more targets. So if one of you kill me, but if I could kill a couple people, like if I could kill 3 people and one of you kill me, I'm gonna keep getting the numbers gonna be higher. You know, it's just a numbers game. So.
That's genius.
But
that's good, man. Because I don't know if I would have been able to keep up with 4 people shooting at me at the same time.
Right, I hear that.
Yeah.
I mean, like Bippy said, he said I'm using like the cheesy stuff. It's a couple things in Destiny that's kind of sort of I think is broken. I thought they would have nerfed it, but if you could pick a certain armor and with a certain class, like I wear the helmet I wear is kind of cheesy, but it allows me to do. So technically, when you do that shoulder charge, normally you do it once and that's it. It got to level back up. But if I wear it with the helmet and use the striker class, it allows you to get the shoulder charge, use it and lose it, and then it comes back and give you your health. Yes, it's kind of dirty. So if you know certain stuff, you know, to kind of break the system a little bit. And I use that cheesy gun that is literally like a heat-seeking rocket that just go and kill people. So
that's ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, you
I don't know that much about the game like that.
Yeah. But anyways, so Spectre, what's next, man? What do you how do we wrap this up? What do we talk about next?
I need to head out of here.
I would say that I hope everybody comes back. This feels like you know, like camp where everybody's like leaving, going back home, and then we're like, hey, what's your number? are you guys gonna call us? You know. But I just want to say that to everybody that has not gone or tried but didn't work out, there's gonna be more chances.
Yep.
Like I said, we're all gonna come back after like a little quick break and figure out some retool everything and make everything more smoother this time. And I'm just very thankful. I'm just proud that everybody came out and just supported each other, and it's just crazy. Like I never would have thought I would be here.
Hey man, like I said, a lot of people was giving me credit, and I quickly say, hey, Spectre, this was his idea. I just literally helped mold it and invited people. But if he didn't come up with that, it wasn't in my. I told we was on the phone one night, and I said it wasn't my idea. I didn't think of it. You know, that was all you, man. You know, so I appreciate the credit and people thanking me, but I didn't wake up one day and said, you know what would be cool? No, he hit me, you know, the idea. It came from him, not me. So
genius idea, man. And thank you for allowing me to help you, you know, chime in with my input and seeing it come to life. I wasn't certain if it would go anywhere, but I was just like, you know what, this is the right community for this. Let me mention it and see if anybody's interested. So glad you guys gave that a chance and an opportunity. And there's a lot more ideas like that coming.
I just also want you to know, Token, because you probably didn't know this. I actually watched Dude Game's video. He made like a 14-minute video, and I was watching you guys in the world that you built, and you guys are talking, and you was like, all right, I gotta get ready for my stream, and then you walked out. I'm like, oh, that was cool. Your mouth's moving, it's your voice, but you got like a little character, and you guys was watching me play Mortal Kombat. So on the screen, it was me playing Mortal Kombat in his video. And y'all guys are walking and talking. I'm just turning, looking at the screen. You can hear me in the background. One person walked in the room like, oh, what are you guys doing? And you're explaining it to them like, yo, this is like watching a cartoon or something. It was pretty cool, man. And
that is virtual reality, man. That's what I'm trying to pull more people into. That's my community. That's where.
Look, you got Johnny Bionic actually bought, dude. Somebody that you didn't know that you met listened to you enough and went out and paid what, $300 something and bought, the Oculus too. So that's cool.
It is. It feels great.
Well, I'm going to jump off of here real quick, guys, but I just wanted to thank you again, Spectre, and to thank you, Anthony, for the opportunity. I had a fabulous stream. I really had a good time, and I got to, have two awesome streamers go after me. I always tune into Stadia Vet. He's always a good time to check him out, and Ray as well. So I was proud to be a part, and I appreciate the opportunity, guys.
Welcome. Thank you for being a part of it.
Thank you for being a part of it, and I hope to see you again too.
Guys, I'm also about to sign off. I gotta drive up to Orlando now. 3-hour drive. Thanks for all of this, guys. Can't wait to do the next one. Token Gamer signing out.
Whoa. Before you go, can I say this, guys? We still got the chat, right? I know it's your chat, your Discord, but if you don't mind, I mean, from time to time, let's pop in and say, what's going on, guy? We're all in Discord, right? So we could chat. If you don't mind, like I said, it's you created it.
No, it's open. I'm about to drop the link in the chat right now. Anybody is welcome to join my Discord. It's for VR, console gaming, cloud gaming, virtual reality art. We have AI gaming, art tech music is an art non-fungible token event that I hosted. So if you're interested in art and want to check out, how you can have art that's valuable that you can own, that's not in your house but in your phone digitally, kind of like collecting Pokemon cards, but for collecting art, come check me out, guys. There's a lot of things that's going on that I could educate you about, and I just want people to stay woke to what's going on in technology.
Also, I'd like to plug the Token interview with and your mom knows. Guarantee everybody's gonna learn a lot more.
Definitely, guys.
All that. We also need a Blue Bob's interview for that tax lesson we got.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm gonna chase him down and get him to figure out a time where I can interview him.
Also, I'm gonna head out, guys. Too. I appreciate you guys for including me. I've been kind of MIA in the chat, but it's just so busy with work and everything. But hope to link up with you guys in the future, and look forward to even just other weekend bashes and other things that we can all do. And it's gonna be amazing, especially with this new year and new games.
Yep, I'm looking forward to seeing you again.
Crazy.
Thank you. Thank you for joining.
Well, thanks for having me, Spectre, and your mom and us. Appreciate you. Later, guys.
No problem, guys.
See ya. I think if they get Madden, once they add that game into the bunch, then I will probably put a challenge out to like the entire community. And just to throw that out there, because like how you are good at Pac-Man and Mortal Kombat, I will take that crown for Madden, because I've been playing Madden since like Nintendo 64 era.
Wow.
That is probably that's the one game I've been waiting for to come to Stadia. And like and I keep throwing this out every time in my streams and in the chats. I'm still waiting on NFL Blitz and NBA Jam, because I'll destroy people in those too also. But I know those ones aren't those are some old school stuff that probably will not make it up there. But Madden's going to be that one's going to be a fun one to be playing.
Yeah, and I've been hearing you in many of your streams. Like I said, I watch a lot of your streams, and I actually your streams come on a lot when I'm during work hours, so I could just sit there with my with my thing in my ear and I'm just listening to you. And yeah, you definitely been screaming it out.
I know. Yeah, I gotta get. I'm not the best when it comes to setting a schedule. That's one of my weaknesses. But I mean, I have a 3-year-old, so it's a lot. It's also hard to set times. But that's also one of the benefits of Stadia is because I don't have to be stuck at the computer. I can use my Chromebook. I can use my TV, my phone, or anything else. I'll have a little bit more time in April when I laid up from surgery, because then that's pretty much all I'll have is I'm just going to be streaming out, knocking streams out left and right.
Well, I heard you the other day. You was like, "Well, things might get rough when the weather breaks because then you'll be outside with your
Yeah, that's summertime. It's a little tricky, but it's Stadia, so I might just bring my Chromebook out there and stream while he's running around in the yard. So,
all right. So
if I can get a good computer, I'll throw out a video. I'll use the webcam. I'll have a webcam on, and then if I'm at the beach, then you guys can just see the water while I'm running people over in Cyberpunk.
Beach bashing.
Yeah, exactly.
What you gonna say, Token?
I was gonna say, I see that they put the link to the Discord. You guys are more than welcome to join my Discord if you guys are into gaming. Come hang out with me if you guys are interested in just learning more about tech. Come hang out with me. I can show you how to get into virtual reality, and we can have a great time, just like Do Games did and Johnny Bionic. Hope that more of you guys join me in virtual reality for the next bash. It's been a pleasure, guys. Have a great night, everyone.
All right, man. Take care.
Yeah.
Take care.
Stadia Vet, I just want to say this one thing. I'm a little jealous of you because you are one of the smaller streamers before you get to the bigger streamers that you actually got your videos monetized. I'm like, this mother effer, man. I always go to watch a video and I gotta watch a commercial. And I'm so close to my 1,000, so it makes me so mad when I watch you.
When I hit that monetization, I was amazed with it because when I first started streaming, it was retro games. That's all I did was Nintendo, Super Nintendo. I had one of my videos just got cut off because it was a Sega 32X game and it was a Power Rangers game. And YouTube, every platform I was on blocked it. And that was before Twitch even was getting into the DCMA stuff with blocking videos. They all of them was like, nope, that one's not on there. So I stayed away from that. But it's been a roller coaster to go from retro into the Stadia stuff and just watching how my channel and just even everybody else that I watch, how Sonny, I've watched him go from 7,000 viewers to, I don't know, he's probably at 14,000 now. It's crazy from that. And mine's still going, my numbers are still going up. And it's been fun to watch all of that. And then, I don't, if Google ever said, if I actually get to where they mail me a check, I don't think I'm even going to cash it. It's probably just going to get laminated and framed on my wall as my first payout from that, because I don't think it started as a hobby. I mean, it really did. It was just something for fun. And before I even got into it, I just my kids would watch people playing Minecraft. And I just was like, why who just sits and watches someone play video games? And I started doing the same thing. And then I kind of just jumped into it, and it's been a ride that I'm glad that I got involved in. And watching Stadia take on the bigger, the big three companies, it's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, I have a similar story to you. Mine was just a hobby. I got addicted to making videos because my grandma had passed away and I had lost a video of hers that's really important to me. So I just started being obsessed with recording everything my family do. So my channel, I had hundreds of over 1,000 videos before I even made this not a hobby. So I actually just made it not a hobby in this year, last year. So it's been about close to a year that I said, what if this was a real thing? And it wasn't just a hobby. So when I decided to do it, I already had so many videos. And I started to watch all these videos, how to make your channel better, what to do. Number one thing is you have to ask people to subscribe. If you don't, people will just watch your videos, but they don't necessarily think to subscribe. And then once I start doing that, this year, because I get the stats, I had just under 500 subscribers in less than a year. It's crazy. But I put out so much content because it was a hobby. I'm just addicted. Like we go to the store, I'm recording a video. It's somebody's birthday, I record a video. I buy something, I make a review. I go to the movies, I make a review. I literally, it's an everything channel. And so then when I got into game streaming, like probably like 3 years ago, me and two other guys, we called it All Purpose Champion Crew. We streamed every Wednesday, and we just, did it for fun. And then when Stadia came out, I started making Stadia videos. And then when I got in Stadia Source, I got a little more popular. And my friend was like, to be honest, you should probably take our time slot, which is just Stadia only content, because you get more views than us, the three of us just playing random games,
Yeah.
It was sad, but it was like, man, I've been streaming with you guys for 3 years, but it makes sense to do a Stadia only thing because it is popular,
Well, and that's, I noticed that. I'm like, when I started, I was just trying to figure out what platform to use. I knew, I know YouTube, I know video games. I went to Twitch. I didn't like the community. I tried Facebook gaming, and I had followers there and things, and I did successful there. I got Twitch affiliate status, within 6 months. I got Facebook. I did the same thing. I pulled enough that I was able to get monetization stuff and making tips and all that things there, but I just didn't, the communities I just didn't like, and I didn't like some of Twitch's practices and things like that. When I started on YouTube, it started slow, and I worked my butt off for 2 years doing the retro stuff. And then I hopped on. I mean, I'm a Google fan no matter what they do. I mean, they can sell me everything. I have literally, my whole house is basically a smart house with the amount of stuff that I purchased from them. So, and it was just, I was like, they said video games, and I hopped on board with that, and I beta tested it before it was Stadia. And then I just was like, all right, let's just go and see how this rolls. And it just took off, and it's been, the way I'm just a people person anyway. So when I stream, and that was the thing, is like, I didn't feel comfortable doing the recorded videos because it just wasn't my thing. I like doing the live stuff. So, if I had nobody in my chat, I'm still going to talk, and I'm still going to have fun, because that was just how I am.
Well, I got to tell you a story. So I'm more of a pre-recorded guy. I'm more of the guy that record, because I make, I record mostly everything with my phone, and then I have an app and I make it into a video, right? So the streaming was new to me, right? But I actually was in your chat. I watched a video of yours, and it wasn't many people in there. It was like just me and whoever, right? And I thought you didn't like me at first. I was writing. I'm like, yo, this guy is ignoring my comments, man. You know what it was? It was Stadia Super Saturday was coming up.
Oh, okay.
I think you might have been after me.
I might have. I think.
Yeah, did you go at 2 a.m. Eastern?
Yeah.
So I was trying to talk to you just to say, hey, man, we're in Stadia, and you're going up after me. I want to give you a good plug. And I'm like, yo, this dude isn't reading my comments. Man, what the hell? So I thought, like, I think Stadia Event don't like me. That was my own little assumption. And then you and me end up kicking it off in somebody's chat. We was talking it up. I was like, oh, okay, cool. Like, I was like, yo, is he deliberately not reading my comments? I think you were so into whatever game it was.
There's sometimes, though, I'll get into a game and I forget. I zone out, or I'm so in the zone in a game, and I totally lose track of looking down at the chat. It was different when I was, with the computer before I did the direct streaming, because then I could have the chat on the screen so I could actually see it popping up. But when it's on my on my Chromebook, so I have the chat on my Chromebook and I'm on my computer, I'm trying to balance the two so I can see everything. And sometimes I just get into that, and then I don't even pay attention. But I try to interact with everybody. So I made that my big thing. It's just the interaction, and I love, even if there's one person in there, I don't even care if there's 3 people and there's not one word being said by anybody. I know they're still watching, so I'm still just gonna yap away and just have a good time, because that's what I want them to do, is have that.
Yeah.
I want them to have a good time, and I like having fun playing video games, whether I'm awful at it, if I get annihilated in Mortal Kombat, because you may know the moves, and I'm old school, and I just try to hit the stupid button and just the button smasher, trying to figure out what I'm gonna. So, or I'm sitting there trying to do a move, and I go up against somebody that's a button smasher and just kills me. It's all good. I have fun. Now, playing when Madden comes out, there'll be a different side of me come out, because then I will talk trash like it's no tomorrow.
Right.
I could be down 30-0, and I'll still be talking trash.
Yeah, that's your craft.
Yeah.
Spectre, what about you, man? Tell us before we get out of here. Tell us about you and you coming to Stadia and you streaming too. I would love the people to hear that because I watched some of your videos and like, man, this dude makes some really good videos. When you was talking, you was doing talking about Stadia as a whole. You were showing the controller. So tell the people a little bit about you and your streaming and you coming to Stadia and what you do.
Well, when I actually took me a while to do YouTube, and I just didn't really know what I was gonna do in the beginning because I never had I mean even till this day, like I don't have a decent laptop to make and record videos or even do anything. It wasn't until I had my phone, like even now, like all of my videos are just all shot recorded on my phone. All of my gameplays were done the same thing too. Like Stadia was pretty much the platform that gave me that chance to do what I'm doing now. Like even my laptop, like all this stuff right here that I had set up with this podcast, I just used like Shadow.
Mm-hmm.
So like everything from there was it just gave me an opportunity, and it's just and I mean here I am now. It's crazy to think about that.
Yeah, man. So do you have a schedule when you stream or what's up with you streaming?
I didn't really have a set schedule in the beginning. Just because I didn't really know how my setup's going to be. So it wasn't until the YouTube direct streaming came out. So now I'm planning to just do streams probably like at least a Friday every Friday night or something starting
Nice.
next week. So it's gonna be I'm gonna be more active now because my videos just go from like a week or a month or something, and I can't come up with another video because I went through like a period of time where I just didn't really know what I was gonna make. It was just like, oh, like what kind of idea should I do next? And then and it was also the same time where I didn't even know what kind of content I should be going because we talked about the like the content like the everything channel thing, and I was kind of doing the same thing, but then I just didn't know what to do. And like being at it is now, like I feel like I have something that what like focus on, which is live streams and reviews, and maybe do some like Stadia first looks or something like that.
Nice. Yeah. Well, man, I stream every Wednesday at 8 p.m. on my channel, the All Purpose Champ Power Up Plus, and then I stream every Thursday on Stadia Source around 7. I stream after the Roundtable podcast. So, man, if I usually stream multiplayer games. I do a lot of competitive gaming, but my streams are where people tell me, hey, we want you to play this, or we want to, and I tell them, hey, pick a multiplayer game we can play together. It always doesn't have to be against each other. So this is for everybody who's watching. Stadia Vet, you, Spectre, you, Wednesday or Thursday when I'm streaming the Power Up Plus. Hey, man, if you guys are free, jump on. We'll, get in the chat. We'll play together. And I often tell people, dude, stream when I'm streaming, right? We can be in chat and you can be streaming on your channel. And I'll gladly tell my people, hey, go follow him, jump on, subscribe to him, give him some views. I'm just one of those people where I'm in it because I love it. And I'm at I guess I'm close to 900 subscribers, so it's gonna come. I did this for so long as a hobby, so for me, it's like I'm still do it just because I do it. I was doing it before I wanted it to be anything special. So for me, I'm the guy that like the name drop. I'm the guy, I don't mind if you're in my chat and you start talking about your channel, we'll have a conversation about your channel. And I'll be like, put your link in my channel. I know it's kind of taboo where people are like, bro, you can't be talking about your channel on my channel. And I get that, but I don't really care. Because again, my channel is an everything channel. So I do everything. Like my popular videos are my product reviews, right? So my product reviews is actually what is the biggest thing on my channel. isn't, and a lot of people's like, dude, just only do product reviews. Like, no, I'm more than that, right? Like, I like the game. Like, gaming is fun. I like to do my silly videos with my family, right? So for me, I don't care or feel threatened like if another streamer's, you know, talking about his channel on my channel, because my channel is so much more. So it's like, dude, I if the least I could do is have one of my viewers subscribe to you, then I feel like that was cool.
And,
So,
and I'm the same way with that. With when it comes to giving shout outs, I try to do that as much as I can. I may forget, but if people are going to want to talk about their channel, I'm okay with it, especially if you're a Stadia content creator. That's just getting the word out. Regardless, I mean, I'm okay with whether it. So I mean, like, you know, I think for me the big thing I'm going to do this year is with the new year is I want to get just get that schedule down, and just I want to try to get at least 1 to 2 shows, but I'm going to get an actual schedule, and I utilize the community tab on my page as much as I can. I mean, I throw things on there all the time, whether it's just funny pictures or it's updates or just talking to the subscribers or members. If I have, I mean, I don't have a huge amount of members, but I throw stuff up there all the time. So I just got to I'm going to get a schedule, and I've been trying to do the 1 o'clock. My son's going to be going back to preschool, so I'm probably going to do a morning show and then an afternoon, and then eventually I'll work in a night show to do like 3 shows a day.
That's cool, man. Yeah. Well, you know me, man. I'll be watching. I just love jumping in people's streams and chatting. I'm like you, and I love talking, so I'm always in.
I do, and I mean, I do the same thing, and I think just between this Stadia Bash and the Stadia Super Saturday and all of these things, I've got my notification on YouTube just goes off like crazy now with everybody that's a Stadia streamer and just watching everybody, and it's fun to watch different people because you can pick up things from their channels that you might be able to incorporate, or you can give them feedback from your personal experience. That's what's cool about it. It's just helping grow that platform, that community, and that was one of the biggest things that I love about Stadia is the community itself, because we're still small. I mean, Stadia is a small thing still, even though it's grown in a year. But as for a community, and I don't count Reddit because Reddit's its own community. I'm just like the YouTube community and all the streamers. It's just we're like a big old family.
Yeah, I often tell my friends that most of my friends don't like Stadia at all, and they see me posting in the chat because I used to have a Destiny chat. Like I started a Destiny clan and we had a chat, and they don't like Stadia, but they'll see me posting all this stuff and they're looking. It's like, yeah, you'll never find what's happening here on PlayStation or Xbox. Those communities are so old. People don't want to play with people they don't really know. It's more like, like we're meeting, like we never knew each other, and we're sitting here chatting. We're, it's the community, like you said, is so young. People want to play with other people. People, like, we're looking for people to play with. We're looking for people to talk to. Like, we actually want to interact with people, whereas other communities, they're more standoffish. So I would love to see a PlayStation community try to pull off a PlayStation Super Saturday. Like, people are so stuck up. They have, been streaming for so long. They're not trying to share the spotlight, whereas we listen, we want to connect with people. One of the most powerful things you said is you can learn so much stuff from watching somebody else's thing. And so we don't have a problem doing that in the Stadia community. So that's kind of cool. Well, I mean, I do see some people said they got to go. I think we talked a lot about the bash, about each other, good moments, funny moments. Me personally, I didn't say what my favorite moment was, but my favorite moment is actually when I got to let Spectre see on my stream. I made the thing pop up with Eddie on there because I knew Spectre would have loved to have like a bigger streamer to be a part of it. And nothing against the smaller guys, but it's a little more legitimacy with a bigger streamer to make it look like, yeah, look what we're putting on, and a bigger streamer join. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, we did our thing as smaller streamers, but it was cool to have a bigger streamer say, you know what, I want to be a part of that. And I now, because when Eddie retweeted what I tweeted, I seen Clive click on it and Clive retweeted it. And I was like, oh, that was cool because, it got his attention. Even though me and Clive is cool and we inbox each other for every now and then, but you know, I reached out to him and he couldn't do it or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, it makes a big difference when small streamers put on these shows, but you get those big players. You bring in the big dogs. It does. It makes a big difference, and people, just random people watching it gets them hyped about it because they're like, oh, I know that guy. I don't know many of these, but I'm gonna start watching them, and then they'll probably, you know, if they hit the subscribe button, you've got a new person that you never knew, you know, doesn't watch you normally, but may watch you all the time now.
Yeah. And you know how YouTube and stuff is, like, it's word of mouth. Like, I streamed on Twitch for over 2 years, right? But my main content was on YouTube. So I was like, but I archived all my gaming videos to YouTube, right? So I was like, I wonder if it makes more sense for me to stream on YouTube and not Twitch. And I already had became affiliate. I just became affiliate on Twitch, and I was like, let me test the waters. So let me stream on YouTube and see what happened. So for me, I had people like, hey, I don't play video games, but I watch your treadmill review. It was an awesome review. And next thing you know, they're watching me. And I'm like, man, this is kind of cool. So it just shows that word of mouth makes a difference. So you get somebody like Eddie that was like, oh, I'm part of the Holiday Bash. And people are like, Holiday Bash. Now, mind you, we did it for 4 days before Eddie did it, right? So some people, his thing was like, what the hell's the Holiday Bash? But guess what? They're watching his thing. Now they know about it. And they could have tuned into the podcast we're doing now and be like, oh, man, we should check it out. Well, guess what? There's a playlist. So people might be watching a playlist.
I shared that playlist as well, and I've got that on my page under all my other playlists. And I've seen that. I mean, I think that playlist has been viewed over 10 times just on mine, and I didn't add any of Fridays yet. So, and I know, you know, if you click the playlist, it just shows there, and then they hop to everybody's streams. And I think if everybody had done that, it just helps. It just gets that word out. Like, I got a buddy of mine that he used to just, when he got into streaming, it was on Twitch, and all he played was World of Warships. And on Xbox, he was a console streamer, and he didn't want to shift because he'd spent like $2,000 or something like that, way too much money on all the loot and all that other crap you can buy in World of Warships. I tried it, wasn't my thing, but he shifted over to YouTube now, and he's starting to transition away from console to Stadia because he's watched my stuff. He's watched some of these other guys. Like, I think he's subscribed to your channel, Anthony, and I know he's subscribed to Sonny. So he knows a couple of the streamers that I follow, and I've gotten him into it. And as I've shifted him, I've been pulling him away from that console streaming stuff to Stadia, because it's more fun, I think. And it's more of the community makes it that way.
Yeah. One big thing I would say is you could watch any one of these streamers, right? Man, the chats are live. The chats are live. We're laughing, joking, cracking jokes. People are talking, and the streamers talking back to the chat. That's a beautiful thing, because I was never into watching people play games. I was more into watching a person do like a review on a weapon, because I was a Destiny guy. Talk about whatever. But whenever I watch the stream, you never seen the streamer interacting with the crowd. Never. Like, they just play the game, and people are watching, and people are commenting, and like, you watch an Angry Joe. Like, he like rarely ever looks at the thing unless it's a super chat. He'll do like those super chat times, you know. And but this is cool, man. You know, the way we are in the Stadia community, because again, it's so young.
And I want to add that we haven't had an event like this where we're just like trying to showcase everybody, like like from small to big.
Right. Now it's think about it. Super Saturday was 36 hours and primarily a bunch of big guys, right? This thing was 20. I guess it'll be over 20 something hours now, right? And everybody was small, with the exception of Eddie for the most part. You know, like, Ray is popular, but still he's kind of like a smaller guy, but he's just a popular guy, you know. And so that's cool to us to have, look at the people who wanted to be a part of it. Let's just take Mamba Man 2045, right? My man had 7 subscribers, and he was like, this was like the greatest day of his life. And I don't know how old he is, but he sounded really young. And I thought that was really cool, you know?
Yeah. Like, what really got me was when he said, because I was chatting on his live stream, and he was like, yeah, thank you. You had no idea what this meant to me, and I was just like, wow, this event is something. Like, this is really special.
I mean, it makes a big diff. Like when, like exactly with him. I mean, with 7 subscribers, and you have, he may not have on a regular basis. He may only have 1 person watch, or 2 or 3. But when we all come just funneling into his stream, and then we're playing with him and watching him and chatting and just turning it up, and then he's going to see that growth there. It makes a big difference, and then he's going to start spreading that word to everybody. And that's all it takes, is we just invite these smaller guys in, and they spread the word, and it just grows from there.
And we're building a community too here.
Yep.
So it's just amazing to see.
Eventually, we'll get our community that might take out Sonny's community, get that number 1 spot. I mean, we got a ways to go, but
we got a ways to go. But maybe, I mean, somebody said, I forgot who it was. We was joking around in the thing, and we was like, what if we had a little, like, a thing, right? Like, and we had like a name for it, and it was like, just imagine though. So we had a bunch of people who streamed, right? And not everybody who streamed with us like been closely talking in the chat the Discord, but there's like 10 of us maybe that we talk. Imagine if we had our own little thing, like you see Rock in them, right? Like they do their thing. Like, here's what's cool. I hope Eddie, which would be cool, when they do, what is the show they call when it's Rock, Eddie, Avery, Clive, Bill and Lloyd? What is that called again?
I can't remember. I know I've watched it a couple of times.
What'd you say? Spectre?
Is it the roundtable one?
No, the roundtable is Stadia Source. Trust me, I'm gonna bring that up on Stadia Source. So I'm bringing that up. I am definitely gonna bring that up because we haven't. The cool thing is, well, not the cool thing, but Stadia Source took like a 2-week hiatus because Avery's the guy that hosted, and he was out of town. So if he was here last week and this week, I would have brought it up on Stadia Source. Because we always do the part where we say, hey, what have you been playing recently? And I would have been like, well, I've been playing this and that because we got a Stadia holiday bash coming up, and I would have definitely do a plug. Which would have been
like watching, like I've been in Sonny's Discord since I started following him, and it's crazy with his stuff. His Discord channel is just blown up with. After he crossed that 10,000 subscriber mark, my phone goes off like crazy on his stuff, just with constantly getting people that join. And I mean, I've got mine I've retweaked mine half a dozen different times. So I've got it kind of similar to his to cover literally every type of thing out there. And I mean, I got a few things, but I'm not good because nobody really. I throw things in here and there, and I get every once in a while people that chat, but it's mostly because I'm too busy communicating in the other discourse that I can't keep track of my own stuff.
They're planning on doing a similar thing to us too. I think they're gonna do like a monthly host live stream thing, but it's more of like I think tournaments or something like that, like a giveaway.
Yeah, I mean. It will be cool if we built if we came up with a name for it or whatever, and we did, we was our own little thing. I mean, when you think about it, right? You think of these big people, right? They just either started first or just got popular for whatever reason, but they're not really doing anything different than we did, right? Like I'm in Stadia Source, right? Dude, they use what we're using now, StreamYards. It's not like they're doing it like when you think of like, these big people, like you just said, you was in his chat. You started his Discord. You started to make your Discord similar to his, right? So that means you can make a Discord. He has a Discord. Stadia Source uses Streamlabs. We're on Streamlabs. Obviously, they use the paid version, but you get what I'm saying. Like, all these people, they're not doing anything that the other person can't do. So it's an even playing field, right? Everybody could be just as big as somebody else. It just takes time to grow it. People like you and your personality, but I feel like, man, we had enough people from all over in this event that we put our heads together, man. We might have something kind of cool, and everybody could benefit from it.
Yeah, I mean, that's like why I'm disabled from the military, so I have my time is pretty much spent either streaming or chasing after a 3-year-old. But I mean, for the most part, he's pretty set in his ways. He watches this. He's got a favorite YouTuber. I mean, granted, it's a a kid, he just watches Ryan's World, so he's making money off of me from all the merchandise I buy his stuff for my son. So, so I need to, but even he watches me play games every once in a while, and then he grabs, he took my old webcam and he wants to use that as a pretend camera. But even he said he walked over to me earlier and grabbed my other headset and was like, "I'm a gamer now." I was like, "See," and that's all.
There it is. And look, you probably get more views than all of us for being a cute little kid.
Yeah, he's hopped on every once in a while, but until I'm waiting until taxes get back, and then I'll probably buy a second computer so I can have that to be able to use the webcam features. Just I don't have an office and all that cool stuff. I would love to have a room like Bill has on, stuff in the background, but I don't have all that old school stuff either. So.
And Ray said it's called Cloudburst. That's right. Thanks, Ray. I appreciate it. And man, Ray, old self is still up. Crazy. Well, he is in California, so I guess it is it isn't as late as it is here. But yeah, I mean, you watch Cloudburst, it's like, dude, they got talk about a show with the heavy hitters. They got all like the top people for the most part, and that's pretty cool. So what would be, hey Ray, when does Cloudburst go on? Because I'm gonna inbox Eddie and be like, Eddie, man, could you do me a huge favor? Could you mention that you were a part of that would be cool, right? Like I've been in the chat, obviously they kind of know me, mostly like me and Rock actually mess with each other a lot. But because of Stadia Source, I gotta give Stadia Source credit. They allowed me to like meet certain people, and people actually know who I am because they saw me on Stadia Source. So now when I'm in the chat, like if Bill see it now your mama knows, he'll be like, "Hey Anthony, what's up?" And I challenged him in Pac-Man, but he was talking about how he likes Pac-Man, but he never took the challenge. But yeah, I mean, if Eddie mentions that on Cloudburst, that would be cool, man. And then again, what am I talking about? Ray does his show with Rock. Ray, you better mention the Stadia Holiday Bash when you do your show with if you don't mention it, we're gonna really have a problem. All right, 2 p.m. What day though? And when is your show, Ray? I'm on YouTube so much. I watch so much YouTube, it's crazy. So I'm always on there like every hour. So I always end up catching everybody's show because I at least once or twice or 5 times an hour, I just pick up my phone and scroll through YouTube and see what's on. And I just jump in people's chats. Okay, Saturday. All right, cool. So tomorrow I will be checking out. I will be on YouTube. Well, I'm gonna be on YouTube anyway. And I'm gonna make sure I pop anything. And Ray better mention the Stadia Holiday Bash. And Eddie, I want him to mention it as well. Oh, he said Rock show is Wednesday.
Well, and that's like, with all the new streamers and things like that, the biggest advice I would give is just keep pushing content out, act like yourself. I mean, just have fun with it because you never know who's going to pop in. They may not say anything and they may just watch and then contact you later. I had somebody from a developer contact me out of the blue and gave me a free Stadia game key for that game Figment. That was right the day they released it. They contacted me in like 7 o'clock in the morning, saying they had checked out my channel. They watched a couple of my videos or my live streams, and then asked me to play that game. And so I did. I went and played the game that day, and I mean, I had fun with it. It was an interesting game, and it was one that I don't think I would have actually played if I hadn't. Right. It's just one that's not a normal thing that I would play, but like I didn't expect a big time developer, and whether they're big or not. A developer contacted me out of the blue because they watched and liked my content, which was crazy in itself. So I would say that's the biggest thing is like, you never know who's going to be watching you.
No, you're right. Like, for me, like I said, my biggest stuff is my product reviews and I'm slapping myself, but I'm kind of bougie on product reviews because I feel like people like my product reviews and YouTube push them real heavy. But it's because I'm real authentic. It's something I bought for myself. So I'm in detailed. I tell everything about it, the good, the bad. And I had a bunch of companies contact me and say, "Hey, would you do a review on a product?" And I always ignore them because either one, I think they're a scam, or I'm like, I don't want to use that. So what happened to me, the slap in the face, was when the pandemic first happened. I didn't really believe too much into it, and had a company contact me and say, "Hey, would you review our mask?" I'm like, hell no. And who would have known people wear masks every day? Who would have known the match would have blew up the way it was? And I was like, man, that could have been my golden ticket, right? So anyway, I told my wife, I said, all right, well, next time somebody contact me and ask me to do a review, I will. So a month ago, a company contacted me and said, hey, would you review a humidifier? I'm like, what the hell am I gonna do with a humidifier? But you know what? Guess what? I reviewed that humidifier, so I put out the review. But you're right, because of content, people see your stuff, and people will contact you. So it's like you just keep trucking. Is long story short.
Yep, exactly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But I'm waiting for you, Spectre, man. Listen, I'm gonna be your biggest fan now, man. This thing was cool, and I like you seen the whole time. People like, because a lot of people recognize me because I'm a loudmouth and always talking trash, but also the Stadia source. And I'm like, no, man, listen. Spectre is the boss. He came up with this thing. I just helped him tweak it a little bit, and I ran my mouth as I do, invited the world. But yeah, man, this thing wouldn't be nothing if Spectre didn't come up with the idea, So, but I'm dying to see your next video. I'm dying for you to start streaming because I'm gonna be your #1 guy. I'm telling you, I'm gonna shout it out everywhere. I'm gonna be on every stream, and and people will know that you was the man, for the Stadia Holiday Bash, and you named it too.
Thank you. I wouldn't have done it without you and Token. Honestly, you guys were my left and my right hand.
Yeah. I mean, technically, Token didn't do that much, but he came up with some cool. He was trying to turn the whole thing into the VR thing. I'm like, bro, this is a Stadia thing, but whatever.
He's promoting his stuff too. It is cool to be able to watch a Stadia stream. I mean, I had the old Oculus. I don't have the new Quest, but it is cool to be able to watch stuff like that in VR, like you're at a movie theater or something.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I was, like I said, I did watch Dude Games video, and that did look pretty cool. And one thing I gotta give Spectre credit for again, he said from the beginning, man, he said, listen, this thing is about two things: bringing awareness to the platform and awareness to yourself. And he wanted from the beginning that for streamers to be able to promote themselves. And so, like when I said the Token Gamer, because when I met him playing games, he didn't seem like he was the super Stadia guy, but he was telling me about the blockchain, this and that. So listen, we don't really care what you talk about as long as you're playing a Stadia game. As long as you're streaming a Stadia game, and you can promote whatever you want, and that was cool.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what I also reiterated too, like the earlier announcements we had. Like I said it from the beginning that it doesn't matter if you're on Twitch or whatever, like just use this as a segue to advertise your content. Like just play Stadia, and then you can just say, oh, by the way, I'm on Twitch a lot, so you can check me out on there, or I play more content other than this, and yeah, just do that. Like, just promote the platform, promote yourself, and like everybody wins.
Just we'll start doing like a monthly show, and then kind of like with the Holiday Bash, come up with some cool names like WWE does with all their pay-per-views. We'll put our own twist on that. Call them like a Stadia pay-per-view event every month.
I'm a super huge wrestling fan, so that's where I get all my personality and my gimmicks and stuff.
If they would have like, I was really excited when I heard a wrestling game was coming to Stadia, but then it was the one it was, and I was kind of like, it was more of a meh for me, so I skipped on that one. Now, if they got a full WWE 2K game on there, then I would probably be playing that like crazy.
Yeah.
As well. I mean, there's a lot of sports. I used to be a big sports guy. The only game I used to always play was Madden, and then I got older, and anger issues with after the military didn't help. With losing, I was a really bad poor sport, really bad. I mean, I remember playing Madden one time, and I broke the disc in half because I lost. So, but that's, I mean, even when my brother and I would play like the old Nintendo 64 stuff, and if I started losing really bad, oh man, the power cord came out. Darn it, that game didn't count. So it hasn't changed, but I'm actually glad that I've progressed and I've been able to play such a variety of games and stuff that I don't think I would have ever played. Definitely wouldn't have played them on a console.
Yeah. You know what we could do though, guys? So here's something that we could do to keep this alive. so I was just thinking about it. Like, man, we're still on here talking, and we went from this to that. I mean, if we kind of tweaked the name, because I know Spectre was talking, him and I was talking off camera, and we kind of threw stuff around, like, what if it was just called Stadia Bash, Spectre Stadia Bash? Somehow it was just like Bash in it, right? You dropped the holiday. Well, here's something interesting. So everybody's looking for when we're going to do the next big thing, right? And obviously that takes a lot of planning. But you know what don't take a lot of planning and what's pretty simple? And that's why I thought, like, hey, let's do this. But a podcast. Guys, if we just did like a Stadia Bash podcast once a week, I mean, that's pretty simple. You know, just a bunch of us on here talking, because it will keep it alive. People will still be like, oh, those are the guys that did the Stadia Bash, Stadia Holiday Bash. Let's tune in, and we're talking or whatever. And we could easily keep people into us. Like, we don't like you said, Spectre, we could take a break, but then people do forget about people when they're gone, right?
Yeah.
Like, you know, but if we had a weekly podcast, a bunch of us on here, that means not all of us had to always be on at the same time. One person could host it from their channel. One person could host it from their channel. 1 week it could be like, oh, Spectre's hosting it, and then Spectre can't be there. So 1 week Squid might be hosting it, right? And all we need to use is like a StreamYard or look at Token. He found a way to make a bunch of people on the screen by sending links, right? So, and he said he could have did 8 or more, right? So all we need to do is, all we could pretty much do is say, guys, well, what if we did a weekly podcast, or, you know, just did a podcast where we got together, we talked about games. It doesn't have to be really long, or we could even play a game as we're talking, right? We could be talking, and then StreamYard is perfect, because all you do is share the screen, game pops up, and we're playing. So that's just something we could think about. To, you know, if we, instead of waiting a month to come up with a bash, we could at least be still the Stadia Bash guys or whatever. And those are those guys that put on that event. Yo, we gotta check them out. You know, so this is just a thought.
Actually, that's a good idea. We could keep that momentum still, and then we could use that.
Yeah, I mean,
format too.
You know, and even we could easily do that and have a guest come in. You know, a new up and coming streamer, or, you know, as we're watching, as all of us, you know, if we have a set group that is always there, and, you know, one of us can kind of keep an eye out for, you know, who's the up and coming streamer, who do we like, and then we just bring them on board and, you know, show them off, and, you know, pull up some of their old stuff, or just let them talk it up and get their names out there and just kind of promote them, kind of like what Stadia Source does, and all these, you know, and the other podcasts that are out there that do the same thing.
But here's what's cool though, right? So a lot of the podcasts, they have like, you know, like Cloudburst, right? These are massive big guys on there, right? So imagine we're like, our thing is we want to talk to the smaller guys, right? Like, that's our thing. We want to interview. We want to talk to a guy who's been streaming for a while and he got a little bit of subscribers. Like that, I think that would get a lot of attention. And so many people like, bro, I want to be on. Like Squid just said, sign me up. Like, a lot of the smaller people would be like, dude, I want to be a guest. I want to be a guest. And it could grow. And the bigger people would be looking like, yo, those guys that's pretty cool. And maybe they'll start inviting little people as a guest. And
or maybe they want to come be a guest for us as well. I mean, that would be the ideal thing. And I mean, even, you know, and I could see that happening. Because they get all the big time guys out there, but there's nobody that's looking out with the little streamers that are, you know, starting out. And those are the ones that watch the big guys. And then maybe they get the call and like, hey, I get to go on a podcast. That's really cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. We need to, I know Spectre, you were saying earlier, if we took like clips or whatever and made like a reel, just to get when Mamba Man 45, when he said, man, you don't know how this means to me. That was probably my favorite moment. You know, it reminded me of
mine too.
That was one of the best, I think, out of all of them, because it just shows you what it does for like a small streamer that isn't used to that stuff, and it touches them, and then it just makes you feel good because
it was so genuine, man. It was just like, oh man, that was really cool. It reminded me of Color in the Stadia Super Saturday, when he didn't even realize he hit 200, and somebody was like, bro, you just hit 200, and he screamed so loud, and it wasn't rehearsed. It was just like, he was like, oh my god, and I was like, wow, I'll never forget it. That was so cool, man. But I try to get him too. I try to get Meg, bro. I reached out to like everybody.
Yeah.
But, you know.
Yeah, he would call me, and he would be like, "Hey, guess what I found? Guess what? Guess who I got?" And I'm like, "Oh man, what is this?" And it just keeps on getting better and better.
Hey man, listen, I was trying. I told you, man, I'm the diplomat. I'm shaking hands and kissing babies, man. Trying to make
with
those deals.
with quick results too.
Yeah. But I just, you know what's cool, guys? This is gonna be cool, man. Let's see. I wonder what next week's gonna look like when we pop in people's streams, you know? And you know, but I think, yeah, people are remembering me and Spectre, but if we make a thing where we're like a group, then more than just me and Spectre, it's like, oh, those are those guys, you know?
Yeah.
Like the main guys has been chatting in the Discord and stuff, and let's form a little alliance.
We could do something like maybe like a Bash Bro showcase or something, maybe or something like that.
Yeah.
But we might not want to use Bash Bros because it's close to Bang Bros, and if you know what that means,
oh yeah.
You know, I don't want that. I don't want somebody trying to Google.
Like, between that, or you know, it does similar to like the Super Mario stuff, so we don't need Nintendo sending out cease and desist letters either.
Yeah, right.
Oh yeah, we all know how Nintendo is with that stuff.
I read a couple of the articles about that girl over on Twitch that was doing the Pokemon stuff, and that had to change her Twitch name because Nintendo frowned upon it.
Oh wow, yeah.
Yeah, so
yeah, the cool thing, man, I'm like the guy I'm always trying to coin something and come up with names and give myself a little brush my shoulders. But when I came to Stadia Source, I actually was the first one to make a name for my show, and then Avery was like, "Hey, we want everybody to have a name for their show." Because like I'm all about branding. I feel like you make a name, you stick to it unless you need to change it, and people will know you for it. You know, like a million people probably like, "Oh, I'm a cowboy." That's just my thing. Like I always make a thing to something. So like, 'cause I'm a wrestling fan. If you hear, you know, if you hear somebody say, "Know your role and shut your mouth," you're like, The Rock. You just know it. You know.
Well, yeah. Like if you hear "woo," you automatically know
Ric Flair.
Yep.
Like. Yeah, I mean, it is what it is, you know. So I just feel like that, like I'm a gimmick guy, you know. I think it's good to have good gimmicks, you know. So if we come up with a clever name, you know, it could go a lot of places, you know. First of all, on the podcast, yeah. Still? Yes, still. My wife's like, "Who you talking to?" This is live, girl. All right. That's not Squid. Squid wrote in the comments.
I know,
But
Squid. What's up, Squid? Because I see the comments.
Okay, yeah. But I'm talking to Stadia Vet Gamer, and I'm talking to the man, the myth, and the legend, Spectre. They're gonna know his name, girl. Everybody. You heard what my wife said? She said, "I know his name because of the holiday bash, and you've been talking about it all week." That's right. Yeah, Spectre, she's probably gonna be happy that it's over, so I could get her back, or she could get me back. She was like, "Oh, you want to watch Cobra Kai?" I was like, "No." She's like, "Why not?" I was like, "Because the bash." She's like, "But you're not in it." I was like, "But I've still got to pay attention to streams. If something crazy happened, and I might real quick have to jump into a stream and take over." So this whole week, I pretty much put my life on hold because you know, I wanted to pay attention to every stream and be kind of attentive a little bit, you know. So I couldn't really, you know, focus on doing regular stuff. Yes, we still got to watch wrestling. We go watch it when I'm done.
I haven't watched wrestling in so long. I mean, I watch it, but I also use Facebook and I watch the older stuff from the 80s and the 90s because I liked watching The Rock or Stone Cold and the Dudley Boys and the Hardy Boys and all of that stuff. And, you know, so I'm old school, but I still try to keep up with a lot of the stuff, mostly because I still like watching Randy Orton just destroy everybody half the time when he goes into his little rage mode.
Right. Hold on. Who'd you say? Yeah. No, say that. Who'd you say?
Orton with Randy Orton.
Oh yeah, my wife. That's my wife. Favorite wrestler. That's funny. Orton. All right, guys. Well, man, I think that's about it. You know, I mean, I want people to watch this podcast back, but they're gonna be like, bro, that podcast is like 800 hours. I'm not watching it.
Yeah.
But so Spectre, man, take us out of here, man. What anything else you want to say, or Stadia Vet, anything else you want to say?
I don't think so. I think just everybody, I had a blast. I'm glad I was a part of it, and I'm hoping to just kind of stay with you guys at this point. It's surreal. It definitely is.
You're always welcome. You're more
Yeah,
than
man.
welcome. This is what it's all about. I didn't have a voice, so I'm giving everybody a voice. That's
awesome.
what I want to do.
He's the voice of the voiceless. Yeah, I mean, I mean, definitely want Spectre to say the last piece. So I just want to say, first I want to thank Stadia Vet Gaming for staying up late with us. I know a lot of it's late at a lot of places, and you're still on here with us, so that's cool, man. Appreciate it.
Closing speech for me. So this is pretty much the end of summer camp for all of us. At this point, this is the part where we all go in our school buses, and hopefully everybody had their phone numbers jotted down and ready to collab next time. But we will be back. I'm just gonna take, or everybody. I think we should just take a break. But we will be back by next week because I think we got something with that weekly podcast thing.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna spend some time just kind of like thinking about it, and then I'll come back and fling some ideas and what I can think of. But yeah, we need just a much needed break. I am thankful for everybody who was a part of it. It's just amazing to see new people and just see people have new friends and um, new viewers, and just seeing just people get affected by it in a positive way is just amazing. So thank you everybody. I hope everybody stays for the ride. It's gonna get bigger and better. With this one, we've got a ton of things that we just have that we're gonna try to put into motion soon. So we'll see everybody next time again.
There you guys.
And with that
See
being
ya.
said, we'll see you guys later.
All right. See ya.
See ya.
Later.